Hey, hello everyone, Geix here, and welcome to another episode of Competitive Analysis. Today we'll be looking at a single moment from the recent Apex vs Art scrims and what is going wrong with, especially another team here. But Apex kind of makes a mistake I wanted to highlight. Maybe someone disagrees with that, but I don't really care. Let me know if you disagree so we can have a nice discussion on that. So I will show you the clip. It's a pretty boring clip, but it kind of shows what's going wrong. I hope you spot it, and I will talk after the clip about the different setups the teams have and what is going on. So yeah, enjoy.
Yes, you stay.
No, Shmir, you go.
That's what I'm saying, you stay.
Alright, we have full vision.
4 on D.
They want...
They're not actually
All
going.
5 of them are just...
5
They're looking
on
for a
D.
pick. They're looking for a pick. Do not give them it.
Oh shit, I just
do
walked
not
off the
peek.
edge by accident.
Yes, just don't even peek them.
Just looking. They're not doing anything, just sitting there.
I'm gonna quickly heal up this Mercer.
I got hit by a shot, Jaden.
No tongue.
I can't even get on him.
Yeah, because he's looking at you.
Don't bother.
I'll just get trapped and die. You wanna do that?
And I'm just healing this serve. Rizzo's up top. Rizzo's up top. He's just distracting.
No, he's trying. He's looking to pull. He's looking to pull you down, strike.
Yeah, he wants to pull. Be
He's
careful. Is he?
A little bit more than half, but he was burning.
I got 2 with it. It's not enough, but I got 2.
They're just sitting there.
Yeah, just play safe.
Fuck.
I mean, yo, actually, as long as we sit back, because of the way power works now, it's always gonna be 100 push. Why do we push this? We just sit back and play for Clash. Or play safe.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
if they want to be aggressive, that's fine. I'm actually happy with
Just
this.
let me.
They're
I mean,
literally
look at
all
people, I
they're
want
doing
my
looking for
badges.
stuff.
I just want my badges.
If they actually push in, I'm gonna load a level 2 focus on them.
Yes.
I almost have
But you
level
see
2.
this? You see this? You see this? Go to
Like,
stat. Stay by them. I don't want to shoot.
longer
No!
games
God!
go,
Damage me.
their chances are winning.
What? I can bait.
God, I can't do anything. It's so boring.
He's,
It's fine, it's fine.
I think going triple X shot.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I could come up behind them, but I'll just
You
die.
could stop F and interrupt it.
Yeah, actually, good idea.
Yeah,
she's
Silco
Is
can
it
go
a bloomer?
3.
Is it a bloomer or
Just
So-
so?
Serb.
It's probably serve.
I can
We'll see.
go.
I know.
Go when it gets to 3. Go when it gets to like 80 or 90%, and then just 1 interrupt will do it.
Okay.
We'll keep him here. We'll keep him here. How about that?
Yeah, I gotta go stat. No slow. Rizzo's
Watch
coming.
out.
Miss it.
No,
What the-
you did. You got hit.
Me. I had to
Several
jump down.
It's a bloomer!
That's alright.
Doesn't matter, bitches.
So now that everyone has seen the clip, we're going to be taking a look at the setup of Apex from their perspective. So we see Rezo playing Wu, and the rest of the composition is Jaden on Amani, Skuji on Nossus, I believe it's Samurai Ed on Mozu, and then Doug the Dog on Vadasi. And so the point of this composition is what they're doing right now, basically. They're just sitting back, poking away with Amani, and looking for a pull on anyone, basically. And then quickly killing them with the Amani, Mozu, and Nossus Focus Fire. Which I think is they're playing well to this composition. But when we look at their creature setup, I believe that this is a pretty disrespectful setup. I believe Apex is doing this because they know they can, but I still don't really see the point of this 3 bloomer setup that they have here. So the bloomer on A, definitely excusable. It's nothing bad. One is really good actually, because if you transition over to Clash, you get this in ruins, and Amani can camp on that, so you can just sit on ruins all day and snipe away at people. The B bloomer is one I think they should either turn into like a mountain cyclops. Maybe the bloomer is possible here, but I don't really like it. I believe like a mountain cyclops would be the best on B, and I think C should just have been an adult service, because what they are missing right now is the vision. So let me gonna draw on this on the thing. So the blue line It's like an estimation. It's like, it's a really awful circle, but they would see everything that's going on like in this area, basically. They can just see that from the Bloomer on C, like this part, and that's very important because they only have Bloomers on the backline. Summer Bloomers are one of the easiest creatures for trip to kill. It takes about 30 to 40 seconds. I've been told by Mr. Rodere to kill a Bloomer with the build Falco is going for, which will come into play later. And they have a Mountain Cyclops on D finally, which is fine too, because they're just sitting in front of this wall basically, and just trying to get a pick on another team. So this wall makes it very hard for another team to actually engage on them, because then they get locked out basically. So yeah, now that we got the setup for Apex, we're gonna go over what Art has been doing, and like go over their composition with a clip from their, or screenshot from their perspective. So here we are on another team's perspective, and the first thing we notice is that their creature setup is completely different. They're actually using a double service front line, which in this case I think is very smart, because they can see wherever Apex is going. They can spot the rotation fast enough to respond to it and not get called out, because that's kind of the point of Apex composition, is they try to pick people. So yeah, that's good, that's smart. The next thing, what I don't like about Art is their team composition. I think it is lacking in pretty much any form of a win condition. I'm not really sure what this composition is going to do. Like, what are you going to do against, or when you're try to push a creature? Like, you don't have long range. You only have a back hit with probably flame cannon. I'm not 100% sure on that, and a burn build, burn build Charnock. So the range is very limited, and a Mozu of course, but Mozu also is fairly limited range. You don't have hard initiation. You have like an Ashling to kind of interrupt and cripple people maybe, but that is not a reliable form of initiation. You don't have a lot of sustain outside of the Ashling, 30 heal per tick, Kador build, which is no match for Vadasi, so they don't have enough sustain to make that happen, to like try and play the poke war out. So it's kind of a weird situation they put themselves in with this composition. But yes, let's go over the real point of this video, which is actually kind of captured in this moment. And captured in a bunch of the calls that Art make in the clip that I showed you before. Mainly the ones where Filko's saying that she's bored and has nothing to do, and the ones where I believe it was Zeru called that Art should just play for Clash. And I'm gonna go over both of them, because both of those calls kind of tick me off. So the first thing is Filko not doing anything, basically, and being bored. So we know that from looking at Apex perspective that they have a Mountain Cyclops here and a Bloomers here, here, and here. Art is not fully aware of this though. They don't know that these are Bloomers. They know that this is a Mountain Cyclops, and they should have known that this is a Summer Bloomer. So before this clip, there was an exchange where they were sitting on the thing. I can probably show you that by going a little back. So yeah, right here. That's kind of clearly said Summer Bloomer right there. So they knew this was a Summer Bloomer, and if you paid attention to the clip, you were aware that Art was not aware of this. So that's mistake number one. It's a pretty big mistake actually. It's going to cost them a lot of stuff. So let's go back to around here. But yeah, Filko's sitting back, doing nothing. I believe she's at this point she's spotting what Art is doing, what Apex is doing specifically, like where they're going, how they're positioned, which is fine on sich. But we have also have an Ashling here who can do that for you if you actually need to do that. So what Filko could have done in the meantime is went through E and went into the backline of Apex and tried to kill a Bloomer, one of those Bloomers, or at least at the very least, scout out what these creatures are and how they're going to deal with them. Because they should have known that this is a bloomer. They should have acted on that. But they didn't. They didn't know that. So we can't assume that Filco knew that that was a bloomer. But because Apex have put only bloomers here and not a Cerberus, so you can see the range of the F Cerberus kind of on the Art B side, which is like this big ass range. So they don't have a Cerberus there to spot Filco going into the backline. So as long as Filco stays out of sight right here, which I believe she's doing right now, Apex has no idea where she is. And has no way of knowing where she is, because she can just skip over the open areas with stealth, get into the second area of E, of the E point, and then just be invisible and do whatever the fuck she wants in the backline. If it takes about 30 to 40 seconds to kill a bloomer, you probably have enough time to do that, or to get that done, especially if the rest of your team actually starts to do something. So let me sketch the situation where I think Filco would have had enough time to kill a bloomer. So Art sent Filco back to G, or to the backline, probably to either G, because there's an orb spawning soon. So it would be probably a little later, like when this orb's about to spawn, then Filco would go in, or H, just to get that bloomer off of the ruins point for Amani, which is really good for Clash. If you definitely want to get this. This push, you would go for G. That would be the most crippling for Apex power economy. If you want to play for Clash, like they said they did, you want to get H. So yeah, while Filco is going for that, Apex would have to send at least one, maybe even two people back to deal with the trip, because they don't know exactly how many people would be on there, especially if Ashling stays out of sight too. So they might have to send two people back, which cripples their composition a lot, because if they send, they would probably send either Wu or Nosses, maybe two of them, but especially if they send Wu, which would be the worst one to send, IMO, because you lose a lot of pick potential, you just drop all the pressure you have on this D, and you leave Art able to do whatever they want with their own base, basically. But then Art is there's quite a bit of focus. Charnock is about to have a tier 2 focus, so they're in a good position to fight this, even. So if they send Filco back, they can try and push on the D, depending on how many people Apex send back to deal with Trip. If Apex decides to rush in to take the 5v4 on the Cerberus Majoris, Art can just stave them off as much as possible, like play defensive, get as much damage down on Apex as possible so they don't get the creature. Maybe if they trade 2 for 1, that's probably worth it, because Filco will get a creature and probably the orb, so that's 40 power, plus like a kill, it's 50, but you would be like 20 to 30 power ahead in that case. So I don't think there's a lot of bad outcomes for Art in this situation. Unless they just get completely rolled and outplayed on this creature, lose the creature and like three people, then the trade would be equal or even. So the risk is, of course, that Filco fails to kill a bloomer and just gets picked off by the Apex folks that go back. Then Apex pushes into their Cerberus Majoris here and kills them all and wipes them and gets the push. That's like the worst case scenario right here. But I think the risk versus reward here is skewed towards Art. So Art have a really good risk versus reward situation compared to Apex, who have to charge in with all of them to get the most out of the situation, or completely give up their pressure on D. So I think this shows really weird decision making from Art, and only at the final moment, when it's 80-80 power, does Filco go towards F, notices that it's a Summer Bloomer and interrupts it to get Art to push. But then Shmoo and Filco give full shield to Apex, so they didn't gain anything out of that, basically. Whoops. instead of trying to get the push, get like a 20-30 power lead, and not give the enemy full shield. So this kind of flows into the attitude of just hang back and play for Clash that they seem to have, which is incredibly toxic and bad in my opinion. It's just, why would you play to not lose in a scrim instead of trying out different strategies, different tactics to try and cheese your opponent, see what works, instead of playing so passive and playing for Clash between and playing for Clash like they said they did. Then I want to note that their composition wise, I don't think they stand a chance in Clash, like unless they are able to pressure Mani properly, but Art have shown historically that they cannot, so I believe that also is kind of the result of this game. Like Art is not able to get a wound in Clash, and just die and just get killed all the time by Amani. And wow, what the fuck? Why are they sitting on so much focuses? It's completely irrelevant, but why the fuck? Oh my god, really? But yeah, they've shown to be unable to deal with Amani, and their composition is just not good for Clash to actually get something done. So yeah, the defeatist attitude by another team here really ruling the scene, really ruling their minds, and they should probably do something about that and get some actual fucking games going instead of waiting till they're losing. Waiting till they've lost, because I think that's kind of a pattern with Art, and they should work on that. Apex, on the other hand, just played well to their composition, just incredibly disrespectful of the 3 boomers, and it's a fucking miracle that Art didn't do something about it. But they should probably be at that creature setup a little different for when Art finally learns how to do something about that. So yeah, that kind of was the point. That was my entire rant. Hope you enjoyed. Please like the video if you liked it. Dislike the video if you didn't. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.